Welcome everyone, and welcome back to the cabbage patch, Cabagers.
Hey, no, the name it'll come to us eventually.
The culture cabbage, that's what. Yes, we are back again. This is just mere days after our successful Daredevil review. Finally got that out. It's very nice. You should go watch that. But we are here to bring you the news, and holy crap, we have in terms of sheer numbers, this is the biggest one yet by far. So I feel like we should just roll right into it. I'm your favorite Southern Californian son, DJ, along with my friends Carl,
Howdy-o,
and Jacob.
What's up, guys?
To the viewing audience, we have been bantering for about almost an hour up to this point. We had a lot of fun conversations, and we are ready to keep them rolling. We came to the conclusion that Captain Cold kind of sucks.
I disavow it. I don't think it's true. I think he's actually one of the best.
I'm just saying, against a hero who can move faster than the speed of light, I think it's just kind of stupid.
I don't know, man. Ice guns work. I was told that in a comic book.
We're gonna put you on ice. We're gonna bring in Lewis. He's gonna replace you.
Oh, okay.
When you look at the last week's news
He's
video,
a better man than I, so I approve.
When you look at the last video, the one without you in it, yeah, that's the one that's got the most views out of the weekly roundups within the past couple weeks. What does that tell you?
It kind of proves your theory, man.
Yeah. I'm a lot of things, but wrong I am not.
Hey, that's my line.
Oh, crap. No, we love you, Jacob. We love you.
And I quite enjoyed listening to that episode. It was good.
Hey, and you know what? We missed you. We missed you.
It's great. It's good to be back.
Yes, sir. But enough with the nice talk. Carl, I'm going to toss this over to you. I see you cracking your neck. We are going to run off all the comic news that was brought up in the recent, it was New York, right?
In the wake of New York Comic-Con.
Okay, let's run off this comic news. Carl's going to bring them up. We'll give them like a few seconds of thought in between us, and we'll go on to the next one because we have like 40 of them we need to get through. Okay, Carl, are you ready?
Yes, I am. I have the first one open.
All right.
So, the first one we have is Superman Kal-El is returning to Earth in a new #1, written by the one Joshua Wilson, currently writing the Dark Crisis storyline with new art by Jamal Campbell. What is your two thoughts?
I like Superman.
The art looks good.
Glad to see that he's back.
Yeah, I'm not reading it, but whoever is, good for you. That's gonna be my response to most of these.
Next on our list, we have they have relaunched the Adventures of Superman. They're going to relaunch it in 2023, headlined by one John Kent. So, yes, we all know the Superman Son of Kal-El was canceled. Who really cares? It was not a very good book. But it is. John is still getting a book.
You're like one step away from us getting canceled, dude.
You think I give a crap? No.
Uncancelable, Carl.
But the story is still going to be continued by the one Tom Taylor, who's known for writing Deceased and The Dark Knights of Steel. It'll also have Dan Mora on art.
Dan Mora, that guy makes some beautiful art.
I've never read Deceased, but I heard it's really good. So I feel like this guy's got the credentials.
He's also Tom Taylor has also written Nightwing. He's also writing him currently, so
okay,
that's pretty good as well.
Next on our list, we have Bloodlines, The Daughter of Blade, a 5-issue limited series by Danny Lore and art by Karen S. DeBar, is a storyline featuring Blade's daughter.
I mean, like second generation of Marvel heroes can be very hit or miss. Miles is a good one. Ironheart is not. So we'll just have to see which one on which side of the spectrum this one falls on.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna read it, that is. I don't know if many people are gonna read it, but
People dig themselves some Blade.
yeah, but no one reads comic books, so no, who's gonna read it? Okay, when I say no one, I mean relatively small population of people who enjoy Marvel actually read comic books.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool that they're making new Blade comics because he hasn't had one since I don't know how long. It's been a while.
Next on our list, I have a list of the events that are coming out this for the 2020 the end for the rest of 2022 and for 2023. We have Avengers Assemble. Sorry, the only image I have has the titles. I don't coming out in November of 2022. We have Dark Web coming out in December 2022. I have a little more information on that one. I'll get to that later. Sins of the Sinister coming out in January 2023. Captain America Cold War. Hopefully everyone brings a jacket. Summer of Symbiotes. It's going to be a very sticky summer. And then the Fall of X, the end of the X-Men. Coming out in summer of 2023.
It'll be a good way for Californian people to simulate what it's like to live in Florida.
Yeah, it ain't fun in Florida. I've been there. It is not fun.
Are the Florida men as common as they say?
They're people doing stupid things. Yes, that's hate to say it. That's probably most of New York.
Based.
But here, what's your guys' opinion on all these little events before I go to what I have on Dark Web?
I hope Spider-Man sells someone's organs on the dark web. If that happened, it would be the best story ever.
Mm-hmm. You know, it really makes for some interesting conflict. Actually, it's gonna be Madeline Pryor and Ben Riley together, working together to defeat people, I guess. So it's about two clones.
Yeah. It says here the two Spinner clones will team up as the Goblin Queen and Chasm in a saga starring the X-Men, Spider-Man, and more.
Interesting.
Yep.
You see, once you put X-Men in an event, it already gets wrapped up in everything else happening in X-Men, and I'm not gonna read it.
What, you don't want to read the 7 other books that Marvel's releasing that's tied to the X-Men right now?
No.
You don't want to read the Avengers versus X-Men versus the Eternals Judgment Day storyline?
I don't. I'm not reading Avengers. I'm not reading Eternals, and I'm not and I haven't been reading X-Men. So why would I read that book?
But it has Judgment Day in it. It's almost like Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which is one of your favorite movies.
You can't get me with the brownie points. Okay.
I tried. I tried my best.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have on our list is a new Bishop comic called Bishop War College. Cronotia is an island paradise, but it is a vulnerable one, but not with Lucas Bishop and his students on the case.
I've never found Bishop
public universities.
I've never found Bishop that fun or interesting.
Is he a time traveler?
He hung out with Cable a lot. That was about it.
Looks like his students will be Bishop, Iceman. I'm gonna guess 2 new characters, Wolverine and Beast.
Interesting lineup.
Next, we have a new Silver Surfer book coming out called Silver Surfer Ghostlight.
It's been a while since we've gotten anything related to the well, not related, but just just a standalone Silver Surfer book. So, you know what? I dig it. I'm not gonna read it, but I dig it.
I think it's cool. I'm not particularly interested in anything really X-Men, but I think it's quite cool.
Since when was Silver Surfer on the X Men?
I was gonna say, wait a damn second.
I know
I don't know.
I know he looks like Iceman, but Jacob, that's racist.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I think it's a cool book. Silver Surfer Black by Dan Slott was a pretty popular one, and that was a while ago. So it's cool that we have another one.
Actually, it was Donny Cates, not Dan Slott.
What did Dan Slott do that was Silver Surfer?
I don't know, but I knew Silver Surfer Black was Donny Cates. That I knew.
Sorry, I just can't get all. I have too many book stuff in my head.
Jacob, continuing the trend of racism.
Okay, next we have on our list. They have announced a new Marvel Voices anthology series coming in February of 2023. The first one being called Marvel Voices Wakanda Forever.
I mean, I've never been a huge fan of Marvel Voices. It's just not something that's ever grabbed my interest. But I mean, more Black Panther stuff is always appreciated.
Yeah, Black Panther is pretty cool.
He's dope.
Next we have on the list is interesting. He said this might be a little interesting for Jacob since this is more down his rabbit alley than me and DJ's. They've announced 3 new Marvel manga titles. We have Wolverine Snick, Spider-Man Fake Red, and Marvel Comics A Manga Tribute. And DJ, do you want to tell them when I first told you what before I went down the list of Spider-Man, what you thought the title was going to be?
I was going to do it regardless, but I thank you so much for bringing this up because when you first said that there was going to be 3 Marvel mangas and one of them was Wolverine Snicked, I said that the other 2 were going to be Spider-Man Thwip and Nightcrawler Bamf. If that would happen, that would have been the best thing that Marvel has ever put out within the past 10 years.
That would have been really funny.
Miles Morales be damned.
I think it's cool that they're just starting to do manga because I've heard about Marvel Meow, which is really funny. It's just a Spider-Man hanging out with a cat.
That's based.
There's also a Deadpool manga, which looks really good.
Yeah. They've also announced a new Multiversity book called Multiversity Harley Quinn Screws Up the DCU, coming in March of 2023.
The PG-13 Deadpool strikes again. Nah, I'm just kidding. Although that title is very reminiscent of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, but hey, maybe it'll be some good wacky fun.
Yeah, I'm not. You know,
next,
okay, but
next on our list we have they announced 3 new women titles of Marvel.
Women.
We have the Rogue and Gambit limited series. More X-Men. Goddamn X-Men.
Okay, I'm okay with that though. So I like those characters.
Next we got is X-23 Deadly Regenesis 5-issue limited series.
So that's also
X-23 is dope.
But
And
so far, both those titles have been pretty good.
And the last one is a character that we've not seen in a very long time, at least to my knowledge. We have a Betsy Braddock Captain Britain #1.
Whoa. Okay.
Let me rephrase that. The Rogue and Gambit one coming in March 2023. Same thing with the X-23. Betsy Braddock one is coming out in February 2023.
You are right. It has been a while since we've seen Betsy. I've actually been reading some old X-Men, some 80s X-Men, and it's actually been pretty fun. But I actually read the issue. I think this was the late 70s, not the 80s, but I read the issue with Betsy Braddock, Mojo, and Spiral, where Betsy's turned into Psylocke. That 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 stuff was crazy, man.
Oh man, but I forgot Quan Lee, I think it is. But like
Uh, I always thought it was pronounced Quanon, but I could be
yeah,
wrong.
Quan. But whatever, she shares a body with her, and then like they get confused on who's actually Psylocke at the time.
It's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
it's old X-Men or X-Men in general is described best as a soap opera.
It's
Okay.
wild.
And our last comic news is more just a puff thing. It's not much, but Joe Quesada, who's been the lead at Marvel for at least the head guy for Marvel for a little while, is returning to DC. And Milestone is celebrating 30 years, but more thing is Joe Quesada is returning to DC.
Very cool. I actually saw a little advertisement thing that Milestone was celebrating its 30 years, which made me smile a bit because I mean people love Static Shock.
Yeah, Joe Quesada was a when he worked for Marvel, had good ideas and bad ideas. Some of them were
Say,
very polarizing. Some of them were good.
yeah, wasn't he the one who had the well, Reese kind of stole the idea, but had the idea for the break how they broke up Spider-Man and Mary Jane's relationship?
Yeah, but also he was the one who greenlit the Ultimate Universe and hired everyone who worked for it. And if depending on your view of the Ultimate Universe,
So,
he did some good.
what is your all thoughts on all of these comic news announcements that we got at San Diego Comic-Con?
It's a lot.
You mean the New York Comic Con?
The NYCC. Mhm. I think it's very
Same
cool.
difference.
But you mentioning the Rogue and Gambit book actually reminded me of remember when we went to that convention and there was that very nice couple who was dressed as Rogue and Gambit? They were nice.
Wait, from the convention we went to?
Yeah.
I don't remember them, but they're probably nice.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Dang. Well, I talked to them. They were very nice. But yeah, I'm glad to see all this stuff's coming out. Some of it interests me more than others. I will very likely not read any of it. So that's kind of a me thing at the moment. I don't have the income to buy comics. But I mean, for those who still like supporting your comic businesses, go read those.
Support your indies.
Uh,
A little bit
shout
of
out to
propaganda
the
for indies here.
shout out to the comic dude. We love you guys.
Yeah.
I think that's like you just said that was about it on the comic side of news.
Yep. Now we only got some TV announcements, movie announcements, and some casting slash rumored castings and the graveyard that's going to be WB Discovery.
Strap in, folks.
Oh, and a few deaths. There's some death
Yeah.
on the docket.
Yeah, we do have some sadder news to bring, but sometimes you just kind of gotta do it, you know.
Yep. So where do we want to start off? Do we want to do with TV or do we want to do movies?
Well, I just watched the finale of She-Hulk the other day. What a cluster that was. So let's do some TV announcements.
Do you want to take that control or do you want me to continue with the controlling, buddy?
Let me pull up the Google Drive that we store a little at least for this week since there was so much to go with. But sure, what was the first one that we had on the docket though?
The first one I had that I uploaded was they announced a season 2 for Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur.
Woo! Woo! I don't even watch it, but woo!
I hate Moon Girl.
Why?
Guys
Because
just
she's
don't like
black?
her.
Come on, dude.
No.
Jesus.
Man,
Whatever.
both of y'all are racist today. Last week it was me, but now it's you guys.
Yeah, I didn't know that Elon Musk was African American, dude.
Oh.
You're just
But
ignorant.
now, y'all don't like Moon Girl? What's up with that?
I never said
Uh,
anything about Moon Girl. I was just making a joke.
Fair enough, fair
He's
enough.
the racist one here, not me.
That is very true. At least don't tell me that you got anything against Devil Dinosaur, because that's like super racist.
Let's just say hypothetically, I don't like red dinosaurs.
I
I do like purple dinosaurs though.
y'all guys are just so offensive. I can't believe you guys sometimes.
Anyways, yeah, that exists. Let's get to the next topic.
I can't believe it.
so do you want me to do the next one, or are you still pulling up the drive?
I've got it. Don't worry. But I will say this. I'm not gonna freaking watch Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I just like that Devil
Fake
Dinosaur
fan.
is. I know I'm such a fake fan. I just like that Devil Dinosaur is in something. Because that's my boy. That's my dude. Anyway, on to back to the announcements. You know, I mentioned it a minute ago. She-Hulk. Season 2 is in the works. For Marvel's.
Man,
Yes.
Marvel really knows their audience.
Yes, sir. Another 9 episodes will be coming to Disney Plus, although we do not have a specific date yet, at least from this source that we have here. That's going to be something. Anyway, Moon Knight, another Disney Plus show. According to Oscar Isaac, Moon Knight will return, which I feel like is a good thing, because here's the thing. I feel like She-Hulk specifically ruined a lot of the goodwill that Marvel at least was still keeping afloat. I know it's slowly declining, but She-Hulk, it kind of skydived. But
did it ever get its feet off the ground in the first place? I don't think it did.
But at least to me, Moon Knight was one of the better Disney Plus shows. I dare say one of the probably top 3, because it had a lot of good stuff going on. Some okay-ish stuff, and
Did you like the 14 minutes he was actually in the show?
yeah, could have used a bit more Moon Knight, and the first couple episodes. Obviously, they're supposed to be confusing, but there were some parts I feel like they could have cut out. But I still feel like it was one of the most solid shows, and I found myself really enjoying it. So you know what, if it comes back, and you know if it does more, if it's better than ever, more power to it. I'll probably give that a watch. I will probably also begrudgingly watch season 2 of She-Hulk. Anyway, Marvel Zombies. Releasing in 2024 will be Marvel Zombies. As of right now, it is a 4-episode long miniseries, and it will be the first, at least, Marvel property made since Fox. Since Fox, it'll be the first one that Disney has originally made that will be TVMA. Obviously, Logan and the Deadpool movies are on Disney
Those
Plus,
are Fox, though.
but that wasn't made by Disney.
Now, technically, the Netflix shows were technically at TVMA.
Oh yeah, you're right, but that still follows what I'm saying. They weren't made by Disney.
They're on Disney Plus though.
Yeah.
So it means that they have them on there, which by the way, show's good.
Yeah.
But,
go watch the Daredevil review.
Shameless plug.
If you watch the episode, DJ will give you a piece of chocolate cake.
No,
You
chocolate
promised that
sucks.
last time.
Chocolate sucks.
Oh, now he's just lying like before.
I speak the truth.
To speak lies. Lies.
Truth.
Someone
Truth,
called the
I
speak.
misinformation board on him.
Whatever the heck. This technically isn't a quote unquote show announcement, but I wanted to lump it in here anyway since it does relate to a show. Invincible will be getting its own video game adaptation. I believe it's supposed to be specifically related to the show. I mean, we don't have pretty much any info about it, but considering the popularity, I would very much expect it to be based upon the show. We literally have no other information other than the fact that it is a game that is being made.
It exists.
Yes. Last week we mentioned the Penguin, and we have a bit more news to be bringing this week. The Penguin series is set a week after the Batman. So for those who have watched it, that gives you a bit of a time frame of what the Penguin series will entail. Netflix. This is not really anything that they have announced, but just a little statistic fact for the people at home. This year, Netflix has broken a record for the amount of original TV episodes, approximately 1,026. So, congratulations, Netflix. You make a lot of crap.
Yep, they make a lot of stuff, good or bad.
That was, I would say, one of the comments that is on the screenshot that I took. It says, out of all of them, how many of them are actually good? Netflix pushes quantity over quality.
Very, very much so. This made Carl smile. A 3-part docuseries that explores the real story behind the production of Glee will be is in the works for Discovery Plus. I know Carl, big Glee guy.
He
Aren't
loves
you,
it.
Carl?
Loves Glee. Favorite show of all time.
Oh, come on! Don't
Come on,
spit
you
it
love
up.
singing. You're part of a choir.
Exactly.
Yeah, but their acting sucks.
Oh, that's just a low blow. What's up with that, man?
But speaking of actors who can kind of act, we got dates for Titans season 4, part 1, which will come out November 3rd on HBO Max, and we got and we got season 4, part 1 of Doom Patrol will come out on December 8th to HBO Max. Hopefully, HBO will WB Discovery will survive by then.
Oh boy. That is the fact that that's an if at all is very scary.
Also we have, I grabbed these two just because they were kind of funny, but Tom Welling is joining the cast of the prequel to the Supernatural, The Westchesters.
Very neat.
So Superman is joining Supernatural. First Lucifer, now the Westchesters.
I mean, he is supernatural.
Oh.
Let's see what else we got here.
I guess this one really does count as a TV show, but I got this just for Jacob, even though I realize now he does not watch this. But Bleach is back in its new anime, and the show debut has trended at the top worldwide.
It's big because that show is from when I was talking earlier to DJ about like different manga series. It had an end technically, but it was a long sad story about the author. But it seems like the author is better and feeling better about his work after coming back to it after 10 years. So he's willing to do more. Yeah. And and fans have been waiting. At least anime fans have been waiting for this. Manga fans already saw the end, but I think it's cool.
Yeah, good on him.
Um,
Was that it for the TV announcements, or did I miss anything?
You missed one, and I have it up. A spin-off of a show Jacob liked, Punked, has been renewed for a 7th season, making it Disney Channel's longest-running live-action series.
Longer than the original series of Jesse.
The times we live in.
Just like how Teen Titans didn't last as long as Teen Titans Go.
And that's the first and last time we'll ever hear Teen Titans and Jesse uttered in the same sentence, but I'm glad it was because I love Jesse.
Does it feel like a party every day?
It does. It does. Also, remember that time they crossed over with Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Bah, 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 bah.
that was weird.
Carl, clean that crap up.
Hey, I'm spitting into a trash can.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that was some wild
It's a
stuff.
weird crossover.
But it did indeed happen. You know what? Jacob, if you have the excuse me, if you have the drive open, do you want to take the next at least a couple of them?
Sure,
We
I'll
have
do
some
some
we have some movie announcements here.
movie announcements.
Because that was the last of the show ones, right, Carl?
Yep, that was it.
Okay, yeah, we got some movie ones. Just name off a couple of the ones that we have here.
Well, does this count as a movie announcement with Tom Wells? Tom Wells? Well, there's a rumor that he's supposed to be taking over as He's supposed to be Reed Richards, alongside actors Maddie Haddison for Sue Storm and Michael Provost for Johnny Storm, which kind of goes against a different rumor that's coming around that Taylor Swift is going to be playing Sue Storm.
And it's gonna be a musical. I need Fantastic Four the musical in my life. You
They've
wanna know
announced
why? Because it would be so bad.
they've announced the date for a few new MCU films with Blade coming out on September 6th, 2024. Deadpool 3, November 8th, 2024. Fantastic Four, February 14th, 2025. Avengers Secret Wars, May 1st, 2026. What do you think about those dates? Pretty far.
Yeah, and I mean that's like anywhere from like 2 to almost 4 years in the future. It's quite the long wait, but it's glad to at least have dates.
Oh yeah,
So
but sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you think we'll still be there to cover them when they come out? Think the
I
channel
don't
will still
know.
be alive?
It might.
Not knowing our track record,
Yeah, maybe we'll defy the odds this time.
but
Um, a fantasy and a new movie inspired by 1001 Nights is in the work at Disney.
Yep.
Original stuff. Yay.
Going back to Marvel, they're shutting down pre-production while they're looking for a new director for Blade and a new script writer.
Yeah, because Kevin Feige didn't like the script. He was like, "Get the heck out of my house."
They hope they can release it in 2023, in early 2023. But they don't think it's gonna release until like November or November 3rd. So it's gonna take a while for that movie to get released.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Well, another thing is that Harley Quinn is going to be played by Lady Gaga in Joker 2 apparently,
Yep.
which it's a weird movie because it's gonna be like a musical.
How do you feel about that cast choicing?
It's weird, but interesting for sure.
I mean, I do praise them for getting an actual singer. Because if it does want to go this musical route that we have been so told, I'd prefer to get a singer. Although slight tangent, Joaquin Phoenix, as we know, the Joker, is actually in a really good movie called Walk the Line, which is the Johnny Cash biopic. And the reason they cast him in that role is because one, he looked like Johnny Cash during the audition, and he was Carl could probably help me out with this since he is more well versed in the realms of singing. But he could actually carry the same tone, whatever, as Johnny could, which is
Cadence.
cadence. So it's not like Joaquin Phoenix doesn't have any singing chops under him either.
Oh
So
yeah. Well, yeah, he quit acting for like a few years to start a rap career. That didn't well for him. He went back to acting afterwards.
that's based. But yeah,
How sane does one person have to be in order to do that? In order to have done that movie, Joker.
I
Seemed
was
like
gonna say what,
insane.
Joker or Walk the Line?
No, Joker. How sane can one person be?
Sane as one can be because society.
Yes, society. Anyways, and we didn't mention this in our other section, but Warner Television is laying off 26% of its workforce in an effort to continue cutting costs. The layoffs are across this TV studios unscripted, unscripted, and animation divisions. Further layoffs for other parts of Warner Bros. Discovery are expected. Harrison Ford is being cast. He's reportedly signed a deal to play General Ross in the new Marvel films, which I think it's interesting.
Does does Disney own like Harrison Ford's soul or something?
Seems like it does.
Well,
did they make a blood pact?
they're already doing Indiana Jones film for them. So
And I mean, he got Han Solo killed, so that's nice.
well, they're like, if we'll let you do your Indiana Jones film, but you have to join the MCU now.
Dun
Um,
dun dun.
Fine.
Be
Justin
Red
Daniel Cretton is the director of King Dynasty, the King, not just King Dynasty. I love the comment down below that says who?
Who?
Who's this guy? Who's this
I think he was.
Daniel Cretton?
I think he's the director for the for Shang-Chi in the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I thought it was funny.
Has he done anything major other than that? Well,
That-
Jacob.
Well, I'm guessing. Let me grab his stupid name.
Yeah, continue,
Um,
Jacob.
Well, you guys ever heard of the classic 80s film Teen Wolf?
I have. It features Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. Well, they're they're making a new one and having this lady named Crystal Reed.
Crystal weed mixing my two favorite drugs together.
Dan for Justin Daniel Cretton, sorry for the pronunciation. He is a very kind of new director. He's only worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things in his career. He's relatively new.
So yeah, he's a new guy. So King Dynasty will be one of his.
And for the record, the only reason why I picked that Teen Wolf one is because one of the actors in it was on a an old movie me and DJ watched when we were a kid.
And
Yep. That classic 80s movie with the car. Yeah, Back to the Beach. One of my favorites.
and then the Grinch is getting a slasher called the Mean One. Which is
First Winnie the,
hilarious.
first Winnie the Pooh and now this.
It seems like this is the year of DJ.
This is
All
this
horror characters, horror movies for DJ.
hey, I just came back from watching Halloween Ends. I went ahead and watched it. It was good.
Would you say it was a good end to the series?
If they continue after this point, then it's final as final gets. Which in horror movie terms means that they'll be getting another movie within the next 5 years.
Or a reboot?
Very likely.
Do we have any other movie news?
One last one. I will mention this one. The Flying Bark Studios, most known for animating the Rise of the TMNT and the Lego Monkey Kid, have announced they are working on an upcoming Avatar: The Last Airbender studio film.
That'd be interesting.
It'll be better than the last one.
That's a masterpiece. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a
If-
masterpiece
if
of
its goal,
shit.
If its goal was to make me feel bored, then it was really good at that.
What, you don't like Ong?
No, my favorite part was when four dudes were able to pick up just one tiny rock. Best part of the movie by far.
Sick.
Oh.
I like the original Avatar. It's good. What do you guys think?
I mean, I haven't watched it all the way through, but from what I have seen, yeah, the original Avatar is great.
So with that, I think we should go into our next section.
Oh boy, everything from now until the end of the video, is oof.
We have one good piece of news at the end, but yeah, this is gonna be a grim section over here.
This is a big downer.
And since-
WB.
Yep.
WB Discovery.
It's falling down.
Someone please call for help.
They're on
It's
life
falling and
support
it
here.
can't get up. It's falling and it can't get up.
Oh Lord. Carl, run us
If
through
you
the
want to see a
current
textbook
situation.
example of how not to manage a corporate company or corporate organization, look at this book. Look at this thing, dude.
Oh dear God.
So I think we should mention first what happened with the employment.
Oh yeah. So WB Discovery has cut about how many? 26% of its workforce, 125 positions, in the effort to continue to cut costs. The effort are across the TV studio, scripted, unscripted, and animation department. But here's the kicker: further layoffs of other parts of WB Discovery are expected.
You gotta imagine, what position are these people in? Like, what position are these people in that they have to lay off 26% of their workers?
I
Must
do
be-
not
must be
know.
bad.
You are very right. That is super bad.
If WB Discovery was a person, they'd be a homeless person in LA. Not very good.
Now, if they would be the ones with all the self-help books, saying they're okay, but having like a bunch of mental issues.
For true.
But yeah, that's not like that. That's a big issue. There's no getting behind that. Like it's hard to defend a company that like that's supposed to be for people laying off a bunch of their workers, mostly because of bad financial decisions, which is a consequence of a free market. Not to get not to get political by saying that, but yeah, you know, businesses fail and live by the sword. They die by the sword. They live by the sword. And if you make bad decisions, like merging with Discovery or mixing with Discovery, you know, something's gonna happen. And also, yeah, in general, like a lot of their decisions have not been paying off. But what do you think, Carl?
Like I said, WB, if it was a person, would be like the self-help person with self-help books is saying I'm okay, or the homeless person in
They'd
LA.
be in denial.
Biggest case of not I've ever seen.
Yeah, and one, they can't even make up their mind. Like they initially had said that WB is shutting down both their writers directors workshops as well as the 13th stage, quoted saying, as well as we're also finding a major path for uninterrupted voices in television. But later, the DGA said that the workshops are mandatory by its collective bargaining agreement. The DGA will not be stand idly by while WB Discovery seeks to roll back decades of advancements for both women and directors of color. So they are now not shutting down their writers and directors workshops.
Oh, well, you know. So yeah,
This
WB
sounds
is
like a situation I want to be in. I would not. I would hate to be there.
WB is WBing.
The thing is, everyone knows that they're in a bad place.
It's just that they're not trying to hide it.
Yeah, they even hit a known criminal from the police.
Yep.
No,
We can't stop talking about Mr. Miller, can we?
No.
it's a really messed up situation. There's it's pointless talking about it because they're not going to change their strategies.
Yeah.
Because the
No.
people at the top don't want to don't think there's anything wrong with them, what they're doing.
The big thing we'll see is if they're going to be okay, because they're not okay at the moment, is if Black Adam does well. If Black Adam does very well, then fine.
I hope it
They
does for their
might,
sake.
because if it doesn't, I think WB/slash Discovery is going to be gone by the wayside.
It just happens. No hard feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah, was that the extent of what we wanted to say about the WB situation?
I think we reached it.
Let us know. For those who are listening right now, let us know what you guys think. I love hearing that kind of feedback.
Yeah.
This is the sad part. Did we miss anything, or did we get to the sad part?
Yep, we have everything else. Let me make a double scan through one more time. Yeah, we only have 3 last topics.
All right. If it's all right, I'll go ahead and take this one, boys. Okay, so sadly, we have lost some people within the great mediaverse, if you will. This one definitely went through a lot of the circles that I'm in. I was never a huge fan of it, but it was definitely something that we need to mention. I need to pull up his name specifically, but the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh,
Kazuki
sadly,
Takahashi.
thank you. He sadly passed away as a hero, though, because he saved some people from possibly drowning, and he gave his life to help some people.
It really sad story.
It is a sad story, but at least some good came out of it. That he did save someone's life, and you know he He died, but he died a hero. So our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends, and to enjoyers of Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm one of those people because I absolutely love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I loved the original show when I was watching it. And I think that it's just to lose someone who was so inspirational, it just breaks my heart because he create a lot of people love what he did. It's in a way, it's you know how people in the West really enjoy things like Avatar.
Yeah.
I think everyone around the world does. Yu-Gi-Oh was like that for the whole entire world. You know, this wasn't just one country. You know, everyone was like, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's really good. And believe in the heart of the cards, as cheesy it sounds, having the confidence to to become possibly, take you come back to the idea of a Tem who takes over for Yugi in his weakest moments, but in the end of the series, Yugi uses his own strength and beats a Tem. And I think that's being strong. I think that's the main theme of the series, at least the original. And I think it's something that rings true for a lot of people. And he will be missed because I think he died protecting people. He died.
He died a hero. Sadly, that is not the only death that has occurred since the last time we've been here. Angela Lansbury. Oh, go ahead.
There's one I'll go because that one, outside of maybe if you hanged out with your 92-year-old grandmother, you might not know, but this one, you two, at least Jacob might know it. Fortunately, Robbie Coltrane fortunately passed away.
He played Hagrid in the Harry Potter movies, didn't he?
He did.
I was at my martial arts club yesterday, and we were always my friend heard about it. He was like, "What? He died?" He lays like on the floor, all sad because like that's what we were all feeling because we all loved Ruby as Hagrid.
Yeah, he unfortunately passed away at 72 years old. He was still kind of a young guy.
Yeah, I heard about this one, and it was also pretty sad.
Harry Potter is a lot like Yu-Gi-Oh in its legacy.
Yeah.
A lot of people love Harry Potter.
Even Daniel Radcliffe paid tribute to him. He was quoted as saying, "Robbie was one of the funniest people I ever met and used to keep laughing constantly as a kid on set. I felt incredibly lucky that I got to meet and work with him. He was an incredible actor and a lovely man."
He seemed incredibly genuine when he was acting.
Very nice words from Daniel Radcliffe, and he's another man who will be missed. Our thoughts and prayers once again go out to his family and friends, and to the Harry Potter cast, and to everyone who was around him. And of course, we have one more here. Thankfully, this is the last one. Angela Lansbury sadly passed away at the age of 96. It's a very, very long life for someone to live.
It's just like the third old white lady not to reach 100, bro. What's going on? It's a conspiracy.
It's some conspiracy, some of the products she's been in is Disney's Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, a personal favorite of mine. She was in Murder, She Wrote, Gaslight, Nanny McPhee, Elvis Blue Hawaii, among other movies. She was in Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, long time actress. She has sadly passed away. And did you guys want to put any thoughts into that?
I'm not familiar with many of her works, but she sounds like she had some really important roles. But it's really sad to hear anyone passing away.
Yeah, it very much is, and I can say I've enjoyed a lot of the movies she was in, and I've enjoyed her as an actress. So it's very sad to see her go.
Yeah,
Did you
I
have
was
any
looking
thoughts,
at more of
Carl?
her catalog. Looks like she's been working since the 1920s.
Yeah, that she like I said, very very long time actress.
She was part
Very
of the old
crazy.
guard for sure.
Yeah, very much so. You have any words, Carl?
No, I only saw her in like whenever my. That's why I said that like before we got to hers, like stuff you might have watched with your 82-year-old grandmother.
Oh,
So the only time
Carl.
I ever watched it was with my nana who watched Murder She Wrote. It was the only thing I ever saw her in.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, I'm glad this is the last time I have to say this for tonight, but our prayers go out to her family and friends and the people that she touched with her roles. Um, but luckily, since we thought about this beforehand, we do have one
Two,
thing a little bit.
two more, one more actually. Before that one, I forgot one that wasn't a screenshot.
Carl.
Well, we talked about it earlier.
Oh yeah,
I just didn't take a screenshot because you beat me to it earlier today.
I did. And you know what?
We have to
Do you mind if I read it?
go ahead, read this bullshit article from Bleeding Cool, written by Rich Johnson, the owner of the damn company.
Oh boy. So
This is a big one, guys. Funny, it's a funny story.
maybe
Drum
we'll get a
roll,
laugh out of
please.
it. I'm not sure. But yeah, I will read this to you. Then we can get on to our palate cleanser at the end before we wrap up this episode.
Get your popcorn out, folks. This is gonna be funny.
Okay. This is a very wordy title too. So strap in, folks, and strap on.
Are you reading the whole thing?
No, I'm just gonna read some bits and pieces, but
Okay.
this is what the article is called. DC cancels heterosexual Robin comic after 17 issues as sales fall flat. Oh boy,
What a title.
I'll just read a couple lines here and there from this article. Naturally, the only conclusion that sales were so low is down to the heterosexuality being blatantly forced down people's throats by way of a straight love interest for Damian Wayne in the character of Flatline. This comes after a number of forced propaganda straight love interest characters that the young Damian Wayne, courtesy of DC Comics' straight propaganda unit, has been imposing on readers over the years, including Raven, Mari Grayson, Emiko Queen, Jin, Cara Danvers, or Stephanie Brown.
Actually, before you continue, I had a question. I just realized, what the hell was Davey with Supergirl or Spoiler?
I don't know, but
I don't remember this.
I can tell. I know when she was Emiko and Jin.
Well, yeah, I
Flatline.
was aware of those.
Okay, before we get into the reasons why it was canceled for them, I'm going to tell you, as someone who read the entire thing, why it was probably canceled.
Go ahead.
One, because they're starting up a new series. Two, because there was so many there are multiple revolving artists, and also, there were too many event crossovers. There was an event crossover that only one, of course, but it kind of killed the
Momentum.
progression of the series. As someone who didn't read all the, I kind of covered it with Carl, but I didn't actually read it myself. All the event stuff, the Shadow War stuff. But
Well, yeah,
it wasn't terrible, but I just felt, it just wasn't good enough.
Well, yeah, because people don't want to go out of their way to read this side comic that leads into the one that they're currently reading.
DJ, would you mind if I read the next paragraph or how bad it is?
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's get back to why they think it's bad. Why it was canceled.
This contains a straight propaganda messages with Ben Grimm marrying Alicia Masters, the Human Torch finding a soulmate in the sky before fracking Dr. Doom's wife, Victoria, in the Fantastic Four, although constituting a straight marriage with Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Spider-Man just asked out Black Cat this week in the current Amazing Spider-Man issue. And even on TV, She-Hulk just, excuse my language, fuck Daredevil.
And that's sorry about the cursing there, but that was actually what they wrote. I feel like this person just hates straight people.
Oh, you think? You think because I'm gonna read this last line here before we actually discuss about it. Where is it? It's near the bottom here. Here we go. Naturally, the YouTube comic book commentators will be celebrating the cancellation of this comic book 3 months ago as proof that DC Comics fans has failed its traditional base of gay comic book readers who have been reading its comics for decades by trying to chase after the straight dollar, who don't even actually buy comic books. You heard it here first. Straight people don't buy comic books.
That's true. Look,
And-
dude.
They even brought up in this article, before we go into our thoughts on a book, because one I think was written back in the 50s. Dr. Frederick Wynn's Seduction of the Innocent, which was a character analysis on Batman and Robin, thinking that they are going to turn the youth of today, back in the in the 50s, gay. You know what DC did? They made Batgirl and Batwoman for Batman and Robin.
Just to tell them to shut up.
In a way, it was kind of like cancel culture in the 50s. They're like, you're canceled if you put this in, and they're like, okay, we'll fix it. You know, like,
Although to be fair, that was more gay panic than anything.
Yeah.
And I will say this: there is nothing wrong with a gay character in comic books. We shouldn't even have to mention that, but
that should actually just be the basic thought. But like I think it brings this whole act of politicizing everything. Like
exactly.
there's an official reason why it was canceled, and it's not because of heterosexuality.
The reason we're bringing this up is because this person is criticizing the fact that this comic had a straight character, and that's why it failed.
Yeah.
That is our criticism of it, because that is obviously not why it failed. And the reasons they brought behind it are quite frivolous. Yeah, frivolous.
And baseless for that matter.
Yeah, the facts are based on nothing.
It's
Even go ahead, sir.
it's this person's worldview that's caused them to like dislike it, or to judge this comic based on someone's sexuality.
Exactly.
Which, by
Even
the way,
in this-
I actually, as someone who read that whole series, I really enjoyed the romance. I thought it was good. It was kind of like a flirty relationship, but yeah, it was good. And
Go
then
ahead,
they
Carl.
made some funny jokes after about how like Robin has a girlfriend, and Batman's like, "What?" you know.
There's a joke in I think I can't remember what it's one of the first episodes of Harley Quinn, but it involves Damian Wayne, and he and at the end of the episode he's talking with Batman, and he's like, so when do I get to have a car? And he says, when you're 18. And he says, when do I get to have sex? He's like,
Mm-mm.
But go ahead, Carl.
Even in this specific article, they mentioned how that they canceled the Superman Son of Kal-El book. We mentioned earlier that John has a new book. They're bringing back the sensation, the Adventures of Superman. So not like they're getting rid of Damian. Damian's going to be in the Lazarus Planet book that we mentioned last week. John's
But
still going to have a book.
the only thing it means is that there's gonna be no Robin book.
And hey, at
There's
least
something
we got
different.
what we got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was good for what it was.
We technically do have a round book. That book sucks more than
You showed me the art for it, dude. That was rough. I couldn't even call that art.
it was. It was doodles. But we have one last topic. If anyone has anything else to say on the Robin book being canceled,
I'll
I'm,
just
I won't. I don't know if I'll I was telling you earlier. I don't know if I'll be buying much more monthlies. Uh, but I'm glad I got it while I could.
That is, and I will say, we had the best time cracking up at this thing earlier. It was amazing.
Making fun of journalists. I say in quotations. Making fun of journalists is pretty funny.
But yeah, it's just funny, and you know what? And it's even crazier that the fact that there are some comic book characters who are part of the LGBTQ plus spectrum who I love. Um, she's oversaturated, but Harley Quinn's a fun character. Despite how bad the show is, I actually this might come as a shock. I actually like Batwoman, not the show, but the
The
character.
character of Batman. I thought
Oh,
honestly, if you like the show, I don't know. You must be some CW simp. I don't know.
Or an alien, one of the
Yeah,
two.
or
Hey,
or
because the
so-
CW trying to write realistic dialogue is like trying to talk to aliens, dude.
or being forced to watch it.
like Carl. I'm resisting the urge to blink horizontally.
But one thing I do like Kate Kane, a beautiful movie that tells a very interesting story with at least her and her relationship with the Bat family. Is watch Batman Bad Blood. She's like one of the main characters in that movie.
Because
Yeah.
in the end, it doesn't matter what orientation or character is.
Exactly.
If the story like us, we were talking about well, we covered Blue Period.
Mhm.
That show has a very, I guess you could call it controversial character. But it's speaked about with such nuance that you don't really focus on that aspect of it, or you don't really judge,
Mhm.
So you can cover this stuff, but if you cover it wrong, then it's just weird. Just like
Yeah.
how any character can be covered in the wrong way.
And I just want to say that because we are three. Oh God, I feel like I'm getting political just by saying this statement, but we are three straight white dudes who read comics.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it, but we just wanted to bring up this stinking article because it made us laugh.
I feel like everyone can laugh at bad articles.
Anyway, let's get this palate cleanser. I'm ready to wrap this up.
So
It's been a long one.
if you guys remember, we mentioned how WB Discovery laid off 26% of their staff, which is a lot from their scripted, unscripted animation department. Cartoon Network came out and said, "Y'all, we ain't dead yet." Also quoted saying, "To our fans, we are not going. We're not."
We're
Quoted
still
it.
living.
We're quoted as saying, "To our fans, we are not going anywhere. We have been and are always be in your home for beloved and innovative characters." I just like the beginning statement. Y'all, we ain't dead.
No, we ain't going anywhere. Jeez.
Yeah, they're like trying to reminds me of a movie. Oh, it reminds me of like Dante coming back for DMC5. It's like, I'm not dead, I'm right here.
I'm right here, Sean.
They're also celebrating their 30th anniversary.
Happy birthday, Cartoon Network.
Actually, for their anniversary, what is your favorite Cartoon Network show?
I want to hear your guys' first. I want to hear your guys.
Mine is Adventure Time.
That's a good choice. Carl?
You know my answer, the entire original Ben 10 saga.
That's also a great choice. God, I have a lot of favorite Cartoon Network shows.
I'm gonna guess your favorite. It's either Clarence or Uncle Grandpa.
Joke's on you, it's Teen Titans Go.
Gumball's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, Gumball is high up there. I love me some Gumball. Mystery Incorporated is actually also very high up there. I love a lot of old Cartoon Network shows like
Dexter's Laboratory. Oh my God. I love
Dexter's
that
Lab,
one.
Powerpuff Girls.
I love that one too.
You know what?
I just love old Cartoon Network in general. Like,
It's very nostalgic. You know what? Despite the fact that some people didn't like it that much, I actually liked Johnny Test when I was a kid. That's just me.
Johnny
DJ,
Depp.
could you do me a favor?
What's that?
Could you kindly leave the recording area, please?
But dude,
Yeah,
I
Johnny
have to I
Test
have
is an actual sin to humanity.
I'm
but
kidding, I'm kidding.
I have to wrap this up.
I'm kidding. But I will say there was one show that might beat the original saga of Ben 10 for me because it was really good. I only watched it later. But Gen Rex was a very good show. Gen Rex.
I didn't get to watch a lot of Gen Rex, but what I did watch, I liked.
Over the Garden Wall, I'm actually watching it right now. Rewatching it, really good. When it's a really solid Cartoon Network series, 10 episodes long, very short, but also just a really good Halloween series. That if
Mhm.
you're, Infinity Train is also pretty good.
What I have a lot of nostalgia for, even if it is kind of bad on purpose, is Mad. No,
Next you're gonna say like Robot Chicken, dude.
no, that's freaking Adult Swim.
Okay, well, it's still
Whatever.
Cartoon Network, right?
Whatevs. But yeah, my favorite Cartoon Network show of all time is Regular Show.
I
So
love
yes,
that. Honestly, I think Cartoon Network is just a part of all our lives.
it's great. And you know what? With that being said, Cartoon Network is still alive. So it's time for us to wrap it up here. I've been your favorite Southern Californian son,
And we
DJ.
are all still alive.
Yeah, we're still alive. The culture cabbage lives on. But for my friends Carl and Jacob, we'll be seeing you next time.
See you
Bye
guys.
bye.
I'm living. Are you? See y'all.
See you.